Another day, another downwind. So downwind run number 3 today. Conditions are as follows. The wind has gone down a little bit, so we're talking about 70 knots maybe. Hopefully there's still enough energy out there in the channel. I'm also always waiting for the wind to turn. In the morning it's always a little bit more west, northwest, and then it's turning more towards the north. When it's more northerly winds, the energy gets channeled really nicely into that area where the boats go up and down, where it's also the deepest and where I can usually find bumps that are big enough for me to downwind on, so I don't have to pump and paddle all the time. I can just stand there and chill. I'm still on the duotone amp 2145, and let's see whether that's a good setup for today. All toes and thumbs crossed, guys. Let's see whether I can make it happen. Look at those colors, guys. And we're up on foil, going upwind, trying to find some nice bumps to paddle into. So, a few remarks considering wing size. Sometimes people are criticized for choosing really big wings, but in fact I think it's very personal, because basically you have to decide whether you want to pump because you have not enough energy and you want to stay with the swell, so you need to generate energy to gain more speed, or you have to pump because you're actually overpowered and you want to stay with the bumps. I much prefer the latter, because I just have this cushion of safety at my bottom end. And then also if you have a bigger front wing, that allows you to bring a smaller wing if you want to do the deflator. So I have the 4.2 F1 swing, and I can easily fit it into this tiny little bag. You know, if I had a smaller front wing, I would probably need a 5 square meter wing, or maybe even bigger in these marginal conditions like 15, 16, 17 knots. And I really prefer not having that much weight on my back. Second thing is, when do I deflate? Like out here, I'll give you a shot of the surroundings here. You can see big boats on the horizon. There's lots of boat traffic here, because if the people don't get into the little channel here on the right hand side, they would have to go all around the reef, which is like many more kilometers. So everyone is taking the inside on this reef, and therefore you have to be very mindful with what's going on here. I never deflate whenever there are boats around, because in my mind there are like 3 speeds. You're at the slowest if you're not on foil, still paddling around, you know, trying to get up. And then if people don't see you because they wanna, you know, do a sunset cruise, or maybe they have a chat with their partner on the boat, there can be accidents, you know. So that's when I'm really careful. Second speed is when I'm on foil. I'm obviously much faster, depending on the front wing, but it's usually around 20 kilometers an hour. So you can then avoid accidents, and you're the fastest when you're still with your wing. So you can easily turn away from dangers. This is why I've now waited until there were no other boats around me here, and I can now peacefully paddle up and go back to the hotel. Hope that helps. And we're up. energy is coming from. Definitely much less than yesterday. Still plenty. Staying high on the mast, focusing on where everything flows. Oh, there's a nice one. Have a look. Just stay with it. Milk it. As long as there's energy, maybe go pump a little. Lots of debris in the water today. Mostly sand. Also some other stuff. The waste. Nice one over there. Yes. Try to stay right behind this one. And get into the one in front. One on the outside. I'm doing like 16 kilometers an hour here, so it's really not fast. That's also why you need a big front wing sometimes, you know. You have to align yourself with the energy you find out there. Have a look what the Faroes have sent me. Lots of seaweed. And doing the play with the reef again, playing with the reflections. There's a nice one. So during my past runs, it paid off to stay more to the right hand side. Not go too far into the channel. But there's some nice ones here out right now. Let me see if I can go out there and get with the energy. Yep. And there's the opening. That's the chance. Lots of refraction. Can you see it in the water? Bumps coming from all sorts of directions. I'm trying to go back out again. Back out. Nice rollers here. Good section. Whew. Lots of dead ends. There's a big island here for the boats. Okay. Try to pump a little bit. Here you definitely need to put more energy into the run. It's getting much smaller towards the end of the channel. Yep. Nice one. Now you want to make sure I really stay on my left here. Woo! Yeah. Pump into the one in front and then take this one. Park yourself, get your feet together, breathe. Oh, there's the reef coming up. I need to pump outside. Make it around the reef. Can you see it in the distance? Hope so. There's a good one. This one could take me around the reef. Yes. Let's go. I think I made it actually. Luckily, I made it. I always fell here in this area. So sometimes you need to come. Now I can go back. I'm around the dangerous corner. I can go back and stay with the energy, go back into the bay of Osmosis where our hotel is. By the way, really good one. Great food, friendly staff, no diarrhea. Don't go for cheap hotels in Egypt. 4 stars minimum if you can afford it. Otherwise, you're really playing with Pharaoh's revenge, as we say. Okay, now comes the pump game. I need to pump a lot to make it back into the bay. This is where I need a little bit of cardio.